fabled heat, where magic meets desire. Subscribe to ignite the fantasy.
The air tasted like burnt amber and dying magic. I crouched behind the ribcage of an ancient leviathan skeleton, its bones petrified into obsidian columns that jutted from the forest floor. My fingertips traced the crumbling etchings, warnings left by long-dead civilizations, all screaming the same truth: silence is survival. Beyond the skeleton's shadow, the forest pulsed. Bioluminescent fungi throbbed like cancerous hearts in the gloom, casting feverish light on the ruins of 100 slaughtered societies. A shrine to dead gods here. A rusted starship half-consumed by violet vines there. This was the Verdant Maw, a graveyard where empires came to die and where fools like me came to scavenge their corpses. Liora, my name hissed from the communication orb nestled in my cloak, my last tether to the arcane conclave. The orb's fractured surface mirrored my mentor's gaunt face. The Athenaeum's wards are failing. We need that relic. We, never you'll die out there. The conclave's indifference coated my tongue like ash. They descent me, their weakest mage, into the galaxy's most lethal forest because my bloodline could theoretically unlock the Starforged lexicon, a grimoire said to hold the secrets of the first sorcerers. A grimoire currently guarded by the forest's newest resident predator, the Shattered Hand, a rogue cultivator sect that ate magic for breakfast. Understood, I lied, severing the connection before my voice could shake. 3 things happened in rapid succession. First, the air changed. Ozone prickled my skin, the precursor to dimensional rupture. Second, the carcass moved, not the bones, the space between them warping like wet silk. Third, he stepped through. Cultivators shouldn't be able to teleport. Their power came from internal alchemy, not spatial magic. Yet here one was, materializing in a swirl of chi that smelled like thunderstorms and steel. He was tall, they were all tall, with shoulders that looked carved from the same black stone as the Leviathan bones. His robes, charcoal gray and threaded with silver, clung to him like a second skin, and the scar bisecting his left eyebrow gleamed faintly, a remnant of some celestial blade. But it was his eyes that froze my breath. Twin voids, darker than the space between stars, yet burning with the cold fire of a supernova. I reacted on instinct. The detonation rune flared beneath my palm, molten gold light erupting toward him. He didn't dodge, didn't flinch. His hand flicked up and the blast folded, compressing into a shimmering marble that hovered obediently above his palm. My magic, my power, tamed. An arcane, he said, voice low and roughened by an accent I couldn't place. Here to gawk at your betters' corpses. Every nerve screamed to run. Instead, I straightened, channeling the haughty sneer I'd seen senior mages use on lesser species. I could ask you the same, cultivator. Aren't you rodents supposed to be tunneling through asteroids? His lips twitched, not a smile, a predator's quiver before the pounce. Lucky for you, little witch, I'm feeling charitable. He tossed the condensed spell back to me. It seared my palm as I caught it. Leave, now. The hand is coming. Of course they were. The forest's ambient magic had begun to vibrate, a subsonic hum that made my teeth ache. My gaze darted to the ruins beyond there, half-buried beneath cobalt moss. The lexicon's telltale silver glow pulsed. So close, I can't, I said, surprised by my own steadiness. His eyes narrowed. You're here for the tome, and you're not. A pause, then softer, you'll die, not if you help me. The words left my lips before sense could stop them. The cultivator went preternaturally still. Somewhere in the distance, trees began to scream. You don't know what you're asking. He stepped closer, and for the first time I noticed the faint scars latticing his throat, old wounds poorly healed. My people don't ally, we conquer, we consume. The ground trembled. Closer now. I lifted my chin. Then consume me after we survive. For a heartbeat I thought he'd kill me. Then his mouth curved into something sharp and terrible and alive. Kael, he said, what, my name? If we're to die together, you should know it. The forest erupted. From the shadows surged them, the Shattered Hand, their bodies sheathed in crystalline chi that cracked the air with every step. At their head loomed a woman with opalescent eyes and hands like shattered glass, her aura so dense it warped reality. Kael moved before I could blink. His arm banded around my waist, yanking me against him as his free hand drew a blade forged from pure void. Hold on, he growled. I buried my face in his chest as the world tore apart. His heartbeat was nothing like a human's. It echoed, each pulse resonating through me like a struck gong, syncing with the frantic rhythm of my own. We'd been running for hours or maybe minutes. Time bled here, another victim of the Maw's hunger. Kael's grip never slackened, his chi enveloping us both in a shroud that blurred our essence into the background static of the forest. They hunt by tracing magic, he'd muttered earlier, his breath hot against my ear. So stop glowing, witch. I don't glow, you do. His thumb brushed the pulse point at my wrist, and my breath hitched here and here. Another touch, this time beneath my ear, like starlight. I should have pulled away. Instead, I let him teach me how to smolder. Now huddled in the hollow of a dead titan's skull, his body a furnace at my back, I finally asked, "Why are you helping me?" Silence, then barely audible, "Your eyes. They're the same color as the skies over my homeland." Something fragile and forbidden unfurled in my chest. Kael, a roar shattered the moment. The hand had found us. Blood dripped from Kael's lip, black and iridescent. Mine was brighter arterial red, staining the lexicon's pages as I frantically chanted the unlocking rite. Around us, the clearing burned, the very air unraveling under the hand's onslaught. Liora, Kael staggered, his void blade shattering under the opal-eyed woman's strike. Almost there. The grimoire blazed, its spine cracking open to reveal nothing. A hollow, a trick. The woman laughed, the sound like breaking glass. "Did you truly think we'd leave it unguarded?" Kael met my gaze. In his eyes, I saw the same realization. This was a trap. Then the ground gave way, and we fell into the dark.